Talebot. Create a custom bedtime story for your kid.
Margaret and the Enchanted Adventure in Whimsy Bay. A special bedtime story for Margaret. Once upon a time, in the magical land of Adventure Bay, there lived a young girl named Margaret. She was not just any girl, for Margaret had a heart as pure as gold and a spirit as brave as a lion. This enchanting land was known for its sparkling rivers, lush forests, and the friendliest creatures one could ever meet. But there was one place in Adventure Bay that no one dared to venture into, the Whispering Woods. It was said that those who entered were never the same, for the woods were enchanted with ancient magic. One day, while playing in her garden, Margaret stumbled upon a mysterious, shimmering path that she had never seen before. Filled with curiosity and a sense of adventure, she decided to follow it. The path led her straight into the heart of the Whispering Woods. As she walked, the trees seemed to lean in closer, whispering secrets of old. Margaret felt a tingle of magic in the air and knew she was on the brink of something extraordinary. Suddenly, she found herself in a clearing and before her stood the most unusual creature she had ever seen. It was the Big Boss Baby, a legendary figure known throughout the lands for his wisdom and power. He was not like other babies, for he could speak the language of all beings and had the strength of 10 men. "Margaret," he said in a voice as deep as the ocean, "Adventure Bay is in grave danger." The Big Boss Baby explained that a dark shadow had fallen over the bay, robbing it of its joy and laughter. The only way to banish the darkness was to find the Crystal of Light, hidden deep within the enchanted cave on the other side of the Whispering Woods. The task was perilous and many had tried, but none had succeeded. Margaret knew what she had to do. With her heart filled with courage, she accepted the quest to save her beloved home. The journey was long and filled with challenges. Margaret faced riddles that twisted her mind, bridges that tested her bravery, and shadows that tried to swallow her whole. But she pushed forward, her determination unwavering. Along the way, she made friends with creatures of the forest, a wise old owl who taught her the secrets of the woods, a swift fox who showed her hidden paths, and a kind-hearted bear who protected her from harm.
Talebot. Tailor-made tales for your child's dreams.
Finally, Margaret reached the enchanted cave. Guarded by a fearsome dragon, it was said that no one could pass unless they possessed a heart pure enough to see the goodness in all. Margaret approached the dragon, her step steady and her eyes filled with kindness. Seeing the purity in her heart, the dragon stepped aside, allowing her to enter the cave. Inside, Margaret found the Crystal of Light, its glow warm and inviting. But as she reached out to touch it, she heard a voice of doubt within her. "Am I truly the one meant to save Adventure Bay?" she wondered. It was then she remembered all the friends she had made, the challenges she had overcome, and the kindness she had shown. With a renewed sense of purpose, Margaret grasped the crystal, its light filling her with an indescribable power. As she exited the cave, the forest came alive, cheering for the brave girl who had succeeded where all others had failed. Margaret hurried back to Adventure Bay, the Crystal of Light shining brightly in her hands. Upon her return, the dark shadow lifted, and joy and laughter returned to the land. The Big Boss Baby, now in his true form as the guardian of Adventure Bay, thanked Margaret for her bravery, declaring her Victoria the Enchanted Girl, the true hero of Adventure Bay. From that day on, Margaret's adventures became legend, and the people of Adventure Bay knew that as long as they had someone with a heart as brave and kind as Margaret's, their home would always be safe. As Margaret lay in her bed that night, the stars twinkling outside her window, she realized the greatest adventure was not out there in the world, but inside her heart. And with that thought, she drifted off into a peaceful sleep, dreaming of new adventures that awaited her. And so, dear Margaret, remember that bravery, kindness, and a heart full of love can conquer the darkest shadows and lead to the greatest adventures. Good night, sweet girl, and may your dreams be filled with magic and wonder.
Created by a kid and their parent using Talebot. Click the link in the video description to create your own story.